Hello and welcome to EdTech, Trash or Treasure, Junk or Gem. And today we're going to be looking at a tablet tripod mount for a number of different Apple and Android tablets. So anything between 7 inches and 10 inches in size will fit according to the details from the shopping website we found this in. And here we have it. It's packaged in a bubble wrapped envelope, and here it is in its own. Let's unbox it or debag it, which sounds wrong, but here we go. All right, kindergarten scissors, they work. All right, so that is gone. All right, so what do we have in the bag? We have. Wow, it's one of the first unboxings where we found actually pictorial instructions with one language. Pictor. Okay, so here we are. We should be able to figure out how to use this. So let's take a look at what we have first of all. We have obviously some spongy grippers over here and lips, edges over here to get a grip on it. I have no idea what tablet would actually be that thick, but perhaps it could be used for a GPS device. On the back, we have a screw mount here for a tripod mount, and we're going to show you how to mount it on a tripod here. We also have the brakes part, and this is the part that allows you to adjust in size. So it's going to be able to take an iPad, I believe, and it may be able to take a smaller tablet in portrait orientation if you're okay with portrait orientation. And then when you have it in the position you want, you just do this, and that is pretty rigid and not moving unless you apply a lot of force. Okay, well, this is why we unbox things and play with them. Looks like I left a little skid mark over here, and hopefully that will still grip. The iPad that we're going to be putting in here, thankfully it's not my iPad. All right, let's see. Let's just pause now. Get the iPad. All right, here we are again. We have here an iPad 4, and we're going to just see if we can get this in here. So in the back, release, lay it down. Okay, so it looks like it's going to fit in landscape, not in portrait, so we won't even try that. We'll just, that's one thing I've noticed here is that when you have it right back down against the bracket, you're not using the sponge. So let's see what we need to do here. You're going to get better at doing this every single time you do it. And although, oh my, these adjust as well. I hope they don't come completely out. So there's quite a bit of adjustment here, and I'm going to wonder about its structural integrity. Okay, let's just apply the brakes. Nope, I don't like that. And that is because of the contoured edges. We are not actually making contact with the rubber grippers. So let's do that. And let us press these down and get them somewhere in between, and then apply the brakes. Okay. All right. That looks like it's holding it. Yep, that's giving it a grip. Now, I must say that I've had this type of tightening device or fastening device on other objects, and it's just plastic, so it may wear and tear, and you may find it doesn't have the grip. But for now, it does have the grip. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like from the front. I don't have it quite centered. One thing that is important here is that it will not stand on its own. Okay, that's good to know. And if we just slide it over a little bit, there's a good reason to do that. I know it doesn't look centered to you, but now I've exposed the volume controls over here and your mute or rotate lock button here. There's no other controls on an iPad. You could still have your charger port over here. You still have your microphone here and your earphone jack here, and your speakers are back here. So none of those are obstructed. I've just made this tighter yet. And we're bordering here between treasure and junk. Or actually treasure and trash and junk and gem, but we'll have to see how it works. It can be mounted on a tripod where you can hold it like this. Perhaps you're a musician and you want to see the sheet music or your lyrics, or you're probably going to be using it for photography or videography. Okay, let's just pause for a moment and attach the tripod quick release tab. Okay, so we have removed the quick release tab from the top of our tripod. Any tripod with a quick release is a lot easier to use. We notice that we can screw this into this, and usually when you have a device that attaches to tripod quick release tab, you have some sort of a hole for this little button to come into so that it would lock in place. I don't see that here. The only thing I can think of is to put it like this. But I have a feeling that that's going to give us some really weird orientation. So why don't we just put it to the side here, because there's no other way to do it. Either way, it's not a perfect 90-degree connection. And we just tighten that, hand tighten. Could use a coin to do that, or a screwdriver. All right, then we will then connect this here. Okay, well that was good. All right. So, using the screwdriver control handle, you can tighten the tripod to a fixed position, and you'll become better at this as you're using it. Now, question is, how do we rotate this so that we have it, here we go. So what we've done here is on this tripod, let me fix this in place so that it's rigid, and this knob here will loosen so that you have some control this way. Right, having done all that, my iPad is actually upside down with my home button over here, and my camera down here, and perhaps, nope, that's not going to help me. So this can be easily corrected by paying attention to how you have actually put the iPad into your bracket. So had I put the iPad in the other way, I would have been able to have it in the right orientation if that was an issue. Let's see how quickly we can actually detach and reattach. So here's the grip. Okay. So here's the iPad facing us, right side up. Some control here of doing this. So I think this is actually more useful to us. Now if you were to shoot video, you have control. You're going to have to do some practice to make sure that you can pan, and tilt is going to be an issue because tilt requires you to get your hands in behind here, loosen this and do this. So panning left and right, no problem. Tilting up and down, it's going to be trickier. And you're going to have to make sure you're holding your camera level. And you could be shooting like this. Or you could be shooting like this. Your camera is here. Alright, so that's going to take some getting used to and some playing around. So all in all, It's got a fairly good grip on the iPad 4. It is made out of plastic. You can see there's a bit of a bow effect going on over here. This device was about $16, $17 Canadian, shipped to the door. If I was not going to be in a rugged environment, I would be happy with this device, holding, you know, a $500 device. If I was in a more rugged, rough and tumble environment, I think I would have I'd be a little bit more uneasy about its use. But for still device and having hands-free and using it, that's going to work out just fine. Okay, so that was the tablet tripod mount unboxing. Is it treasure or trash? Is it junk or gem? I would have to say it's somewhere in between. It certainly does the basics of a tripod mount and holding your iPads for hand-free operation. The build, I think I would be happier if it was more material like metal. If you liked the video, thumbs up and put your comments down below. Thank you very much for watching.